Welcome to the Shiny Minds Show with Dr. Shiny. Today, I want to talk to you about consciousness and coaching and how coaching is going to help us become more conscious, more aware beings.
Are you ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one.
You got this. I want to start by saying that I am all about consciousness, and I actually have written a dissertation about the consciousness of the universe, which is why I am doing this episode today, because I am literally obsessed about consciousness, what consciousness is, how we can raise our consciousness, how we can be even more aware, more mindful, and more conscious beings, and how it is going to affect the whole planet to become a more conscious being itself. Yes, you heard me right. The planet itself is going to become a more conscious being when we are able to elevate our own consciousness within. And coaching sits right there as a powerful and magical tool, connecting us to our inner world with the light that it carries. And I would love to break it down to you today by giving some examples from my life, from my students' lives. And then I'm going to leave you with a question so that you can take away and contemplate on it. Sounds good? Let's begin. First of all, a little bit about me. I have been teaching, coaching, and certifying coaches since the year of 2011. It has been a journey for me. I know what coaching is and what coaching is not. And then I know that we are in a world, a time that is shifting everything that we used to know. We used to do things in a very different way. And now we live in a different time. So we are doing things in a much different way. And coaching has changed as well. Coaching has been a go-to tool for anyone seeking advice, for anyone feeling like, oh, I see a football coach is actually telling the athletes to do better and they are getting motivated. I kind of need that. So it was like that. And it was perceived as that. And it was needed like that. Now, in the year of 2025, we are different beings. We literally mutated our DNAs. And now we don't need anybody to tell what to do. We don't want that because it wouldn't help us to become more conscious beings. So I am going to share the definition of coaching from the International Coaching Federation because my coaching certification programs are International Coaching Federation accredited programs, and we follow this definition. And the reason we do that in my school is because I align with this definition 1000%. Here it is. Coaching is partnering up with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process. It's a process that inspires them to maximize their own personal and professional potential, meaning it is an inspiration process and it's going to take time and they will come to a point to maximize their own potential. It's not us as coaches fixing the clients, telling them what to do, taking them to the process of here's the step number one, here's the step number two, here's the step number three, and then here's what you're going to be doing until next week. This is not coaching. This is instruction. It can be advising, it can be consulting, but it's certainly not coaching. Coaching is being able to ask very powerful, thought-provoking questions. That is how the person in front of us is going to get that aha moments that I call Neuro-Shine Moments of Truth. Because in every moment of truth, we become more conscious. In every moment of getting closer to our core, to our truth within, we become closer to the sovereign being that we are all meant to be. And that is why coaching helps a human being to elevate their consciousness. Coaching helps a human being to become a sovereign being. And we all want the truth. That's why in my Academy of Neuro-Shine Technology, the whole idea about coaching is nothing but living in alignment with your truth. Because we come from a society, from a way of life for hundreds and thousands of years of listening to others, listening to authorities, telling us what to do, telling us who to be, telling us even what to study and what to forget about ourselves. We were conditioned and taught to forget about ourselves because we were conditioned about the survival instinct. We were conditioned to learn the truth from others, which is others. So it's not ours. It's not your truth. When you listen to your mom, when you listen to your dad, your teachers and your friends and your colleagues and your employers, it's not you. It's the external. This external thinking, this external validation for thousands of years made us disconnect from the truth of who we are, from the truth of that we are light beings. So imagine consciousness as the light, the cosmic light, living and breathing inside of you. And then every time you find out what is true to you, when you have that Neuro-Shine moment of truth, oh, yeah, I resonate with it. That is you connecting with your truth. And then every time you have that moment, your consciousness is lit up within. That's why I called it the Neuro-Shine moment, because your neurons are bringing the cosmic light, cosmic shine inside of you. And yes, it all begins in the mind, because we live in a mental universe. Everything is thought, everything is ideas, everything is starting in the mind. And when you have that Neuro-Shine moment of truth, that neural pathway creating a connection with your neurites around the heart, which is the complete process of Neuro-Shine technology, the mind and the heart coherence. When you have that coherence, then you drop into the heart, then you can stop, pause, and finally breathe. Let's breathe, everyone. You are beings who are supposed to breathe, pause, reflect, and elevate that light within you to higher levels of consciousness. Whatever we were taught, whatever we were conditioned with, it was not the truth of who you are. So now, when you pause, when you're able to ask yourself, not somebody else, not your friends, not even your doctor or your expert, but you, when you ask you, the higher self within you, then you get to find out that cosmic light waiting for you to tap in. And that is when you realize that you have been living a life of others, other people's opinions. You have been not giving yourself the voice. You have been fearful of saying what you want to say. You have been terrified of being punished, of being criticized, because that's how we are conditioned. And so my purpose with my coaching, because there are so many schools of coaching out there, so I cannot speak on behalf of every coaching school or coaching model. My purpose with the Academy of Neuro-Shine Technology and the methodology of Neuro-Shine Technology is to help beautiful beings to go inside themselves, do the inner work, face their shadows, and understand that a shadow is just a reflection of white and light. Okay? So it's all about light, it's all about oneness, and it's not going to be end of the world. When we fear death, that's where amygdala kicks in and then takes over. And it just runs us, makes us go very survival. Instead of thriving, we are surviving. And that is the victim mindset. But when we realize that through the power of observing, hey, listen, that is the ego death. It's the death of the identity. And there are cycles in the universe. We can die to this identity, and then we can come back and reborn to another identity. We always carry what we have collected and accumulated from millions of years in our DNA that is always going to stay with us. I know I am going into very deep topics, and that's exactly why I wanted to do this episode, connecting consciousness with coaching, because this is what I have been studying and researching about. And then I have done 2 doctorate degrees so far, studying consciousness from the scientific perspective and the psychological perspective. And what it all comes down to, the fact that we are light beings and consciousness is the light that we carry inside. And my Neuro-Shine technology coaching is the tool, the ultimate tool to help you tap into that light within, find out your own truth, and decide and define and even refine who you are at your core, who you are meant to be. You want to live your truth that you have decided before you came to this earth. And this is the whole idea about coaching and your coach holding the space for you until you pause and reflect and then take a deep dive within yourself. That's what we call as the inner work. When we ask you the questions, when we acknowledge instead of judge you, when we give you the power of voice instead of shutting you down, when we inspire you instead of telling you what to do, then you get to choose who you want to be. Then you remember who you really are. And that is the core of what I wanted to share with you today. And now I want to give an example from my own life, how coaching made me a more conscious being. So the first example that I am going to share with you is how I didn't feel heard in my entire life by people around me. I'm a triple Pisces with Sun, rising, and descendant in Pisces, and also my Mercury is in Pisces. So I have my intuition everywhere, like behind me. Whenever I walk, I even feel things. I sense it, I smell it. And that's why all my life I felt this thing inside of me making me feel disconnected and sort of weird. And I always ask myself, what is wrong with me? Because something was totally wrong with me. I was not feeling heard. I was not feeling belong to this world. And then I was totally feeling like I'm the only one who's like that. Anybody can resonate? Yeah. So becoming a coach, studying coaching skills, becoming a coach, understanding that I have all the colors in the rainbow to embody and to show up as. I was okay. Like I felt accepted and heard for the first time. I was like, wow, so I am this color and that's okay. Not everybody is supposed to be the same color. Some people are going to be blue and I'm going to be green. It doesn't matter. It's the whole rainbow of colors that we move from. And that gave me the tool of acknowledging others and being able to say, that's okay, that's you. Do you know how big that is? Do you know how important that is in the world that we live today? Because everybody is busy judging each other and punishing each other for the things that they didn't say because it didn't resonate with what they wanted to hear. It's all about them. But how about us? How about the way that you want to be heard? How about the way that you want to express yourself? How about your light wanting to express itself through you, through your consciousness, right? So that's why coaching becomes a super powerful tool, acknowledging you and making it okay. So becoming a coach, doing thousands of hours of coaching. Yeah, I am an ICF Master Certified Coach right now, and then I have done over 3,000 hours of coaching in my life. And that made me realize that we are all okay. We are all different colors of the rainbow of consciousness wanting to express itself through us. And that's okay, totally okay. So, coaching is going to make you feel heard, make you feel okay, because you're not wronged for the first time in your life. You are not told what to do. First time in your life, you're invited to find your own truth. Okay. The example that I'm going to give you right now is from somebody who was in my programs, virtual coaching certification programs. She's so sweet. She's the sweetest soul you can ever meet. And yet she speaks super fast. She was programmed to do. And then she was almost like a human doing, not human being. So when she came to my program, she experienced Neuro-Shine moment after Neuro-Shine moment, only to let go of all the layers and realizing that she was programmed to just do, and not just stop and pause and breathe. This breath is the life within us, is the universe within us, which is going to help us become creative and maximize our potential. If we don't pause and if we don't reflect, if we don't get to contemplate on what we said, what we've done, what we want, then it's just going to be that program. So she realized that. She finally was able to stop and ask herself what she wanted. And then she slowed down. And then now she's a more conscious being just because she was able to slow down. I had other coaches in my program that they have been coaching for a long time. They just came to my world because they wanted to know about my Neuro-Shine technology, neuro-linguistic programming that I teach in my digital library, and of course, to take their game to the next level with their global ICF credentials, right? And so other coaches, they also come and then they deepen their skills. Because again, it's a totally different game that we play here. We combine science and spirituality. We integrate soul and strategy. We experience logic and magic all together under the name of love and oneness. And everybody lives as more conscious beings. That is the power of coaching. That is the power of my Neuro-Shine coaching. So, my Neuro-Shine coaching question to you, dear wonderful beings and shiny minds, shiny beings. If you were to join our program and pause and feel the power of going deep within yourself, how would you like to get to know yourself more? That is my question to you to take away and contemplate on. Hope you loved this video. If you did, please put a like on it, share it with other beings who really want to elevate their consciousness as well, because we are on this mission together to raise the consciousness of the planet together. We are going to do this together. And if you would like to learn more about my programs, please go visit my website, shineyinstall.com, and you can put your email and grab that PDF to learn more about how my Neuro-Shine coaching is going to help you elevate your consciousness as a beautiful, shiny mind and sovereign being. Thank you so much for letting my love, my light into your neurons, into your being, my dear shiny minds. Until next time, keep shining your light.
Go galactic.
Go galactic. Go galactic.
Then you're in the right place. Let's go, let's go.